So now we have these recruits here. The closest one, yeah, I guess this is the closest one. Let's go towards him. And as far as I know, we only have to fly super close to them. If we hail them...
All systems okay.
I just say all systems are okay. Nothing more. So we have to get close. And then this recruit will return. Go to the next one. I love time acceleration. It makes things a lot easier, but I kind of wish I could turn while accelerating time. And there he goes. And then we have the last one, Jerome. Oh, hang on. That's probably the one that we already had returning. Let's go to this one here. Let's maybe plot a bit of an interception course. It's hard to really pre-calculate because they, of course, can change their course as well. Actually, that pun really wasn't intended. Okay, let's boost. And then we have the last recruit squadron, and I think we only have to get close to them, like to one of them. Effectively, it counts as reinforcing our almost said demands. Okay, that kind of was not intended, the ramming there. Maybe we have to get, yeah, we have to get close to their leader. It apparently counts as reinforcing the situation, quote unquote, simply flying close enough to them. Hang on, I'm still struggling a bit with the keys, but this is now fine.
Man, it's crowded here. We'll be right there.
And then all we have to do is wait for the recruits to land.
I'm setting course for docking ramp.
During that time, we can take a look at this. Oh no, I think it actually pauses time. Anyway, this does not say a lot. It's just convince the recruits to land. The first time I really struggled with it. I even shot at them and gained some bad reputation here. Which kinda sucked. I'm glad I'm not doing that now. Alright, here goes the last recruit. And they are basically, it's going to be the same with other ships. They're basically putting themselves in a queue in front of the station. You can also cut in line. Let's contact.
Here's the trade station. How can I be of assistance?
I would like to land.
Landing permission was granted.
And there we go. So that's mission accomplished. And we no longer have an assignment listed here. Which leaves us with just... Oops, wrong button. Was the wrong button. Which leaves us with one final mission. Valuable goods. This is a quest from Norbert. Behind the station are some containers with valuable goods. Every 2 or 3 containers have to be brought back to the station. I think this is actually a translation error. I think it would have had to be all 2 or 3 containers. The words every and all kinda are similar in German. It's just alle. And that just, you know, it kind of confused whoever translated this. I think the earliest version of the translation of this mod was literally just machine translating, because I've looked at the files. I think it was well over 20,000 lines, which is insane to do by hand as just, you know, a quick modding. Anyway, we have to bring back all of these containers. For this simple order, you will only receive a symbolic reward of 1 credit, but the proceeds from the sale of the goods will be credited to your account. So basically, somebody is hiring us simply to get space junk out of the way that you can actually sell for good money. I'm not complaining. Now, let's leave. And we will only be introduced, in theory, to cargo during our next journey. But we don't really have to care, because I know the game and we are not locked out of doing this. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, we could just, you know, jump into the ship, go anywhere in the starting cluster at least and do anything we like. We can quest, get $1 million, and you know, the game allows us this much, which is something that I very much like. Now I have to be a little careful at least. Let's grab her with G. It also immediately seems to stop the container from floating. And then you will notice that our ship is now so much more sluggish.
Terran freighter in unloading position.
This is the point where it's actually very important to, you know, turn and be aware that when we turn, we should do it at low speed. Because our turning will be better at low speed. I think at least it's the same with a cargo container. Anyway, EK.
Here's the trade station. How can I be of assistance?
I would like to land.
Landing permission was granted.
And then we can land the station, land at the station, and we have to do this once more. But first we can sell. So now we see we have 50 tons of video games. They're actually a good price, not at this station, but we don't really need to care about that for the moment. Let's just sell them. And now we have quite a bit more money. Let's leave and take the other container. Same procedure. It's basically just a little starting money. Ah, okay. Apparently we had to wait for another ship to embark before us. I like that it actually does this. That said, I think these trade stations could really have done with an additional landing and starting port. I mean, if you listen a bit during the course of the game, you will frequently hear merchants chattering on about why is this taking so long. And I can relate. Alright, let's see, when do we get sluggish? There we are. All that's left is to go back to the station. Also, if you request permission to land too early, it can actually time out. I'm not entirely sure how long it takes. I would say maybe 30 seconds. It's really not long. So what you should be doing is you should kinda be doing it at the right time.
Station. How can I be of assistance?
I would like to land.
Landing permission was granted.
Then we can land. And done. This assignment will be offered again in 60 Darkstar days, or Darkstar 1 days, or whatever it was. I'm not entirely sure when a day passes, because I don't really see stuff locked in time. Maybe each jump is a day? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's sell whatever it is, and it is actually luxury goods, which sell at a good price, even though they are at 3 out of 4 bars here. Also, we can actually see that we are able to affect the bar by ourselves on some of these goods when they don't really have high numbers. Alright. Now there's only one thing left to do at the terminal here, and that is... oh yeah, missing documentation. Right, we needed that quest. I forgot about it. In a container outside the station is the documentation for the Darkstar 1. That's actually a bit spoilery, the text that we will be seeing afterwards, but I will talk about that and I will probably blur it out or something and not read it. That said, it's really mild spoilers. Really, really mild spoilers. Let's leave.
Hier ist die Handelsstation. Der Container ist hier hinter der Station abgelegt worden.
That was German, in case you didn't notice. All she said is, this is the trade station, the container has been set behind the station. Something along those lines. Which, we've been familiar because we've been here 2 times already, and this is number 3. Is it docked yet? Yeah, we are super sluggish. Must be quite heavy paper stacks.
Patrol to foreign ship. You will be scanned for possession of illegal goods. Do you have something to hide, or why are you avoiding the scan procedure?
I think he is merely unable to pass by the station in the same way that we are. Maybe I need to remember that if I ever get into smuggling.
Here's the trade station. How can I be of assistance?
I would like to once again land.
Landing permission was granted.
Alright. And now we can press this side mission button here to kinda view a synopsis of the game, which I'm not going to read. Oh no! Ah, okay. This is the other one. This is the sort of, I'm not really calling it a hidden mission, but the special mission. We can do this after doing enough quests. That's part of what the logbook said. I can take a look at that as well in a moment. It's Shipwreck. The client is the Kane and Co. We have received a distress call from a freighter said to be stranded in a meteorite field in system Penka. The captain informed us that he had important cargo on board and asked that it be picked up as soon as possible and transported to one of the nearest stations. The freighter appears to have been badly damaged as the radio link broke shortly thereafter, meaning that the captain was no longer able to transmit his exact position, find the freighter and recover its cargo. Important note, this mission is only offered in ship tier 0 of Darkstar 1. So yeah, this is the effect of what was down here. No, this is just that. Here. A bonus mission, this is the bonus mission, will be unlocked once you have successfully completed at least 4 out of 5 of these training missions. Training 1 Basics, Training 2 Advanced Combat, Training 3 Freight Transport, Missing Documentation and Rebellious Recruits. Which is why I wanted to do this before we get going on our cargo transport, because then we don't need to go anywhere else. So right now, we could just, do this mission and get a little bonus. And now the side mission button is armed with the spoiler text, I believe. Yes, indeed. We can just, accept this. I'm probably going to blur it out and then we will be fine. Let's leave and do the last mission in the system for a while.